It's the hardest thing, doing an introduction every time. There's only so many ways you can say hello, or I'm back. God. What I wanted to do, I've kind of launched into this thing without really thinking. I bet that will surprise you. Much, not at all. I did the first one, a very corrupt chief constable, because obviously I suddenly had this really bright idea that if I put something on YouTube, a lot more people would see it than through my normal political pages and whatever on Facebook and Twitter. And then I just launched into well, you can see it yourself. I've done about 6 or 7 videos now, I think. And I thought, well, you know what it was? I actually had someone ask me if I was the guy in the video. And that got me to thinking, really. Although I've been quite busy, so it's been a delayed reaction. But of course, none of you know that much about me. Well, some of you will know quite a lot about me if you went to school with me, or you were in the army with me, or whatever. But a lot of people out there won't know anything about me. And if I'm honest, yes, I hope to get enough stuff out there, and I hope to get enough people viewing it that perhaps I'll achieve some degree of fame. I think I've got a story to tell, various stories to tell, which is why I'm doing this. But at the same time, I think it's my individual conquests and battles and all the rest of it which will bring me any amount of fame anyway. And if I get rich, so much the better. Because I still want to help people by doing these things. Expose corruption. I'm still strongly with the moral standpoint. As much as one can be when one sells one's soul on television, really, because I'm the first to have a go at celebrities who use the media to get where they want, and then cry about, you know, when there's a backlash, when they've done something wrong or allegedly done something wrong, and of course it's all over the front page of the Sun or the Mirror or whatever. Joe Bloggs did this. And then Joe Bloggs is not a happy chappy. He's like, oh, why are they having a go at me? Oh, God, the world hates me. You know, so I want to keep this quite sort of concise. I love people watching these videos. I love people commenting. I love getting the stuff out there. But I don't want it confused with people might think I'm some sort of media hungry, or fame hungry, you know, whatever. Because that's not the point. But to start, to go back to the beginning, I did used to be a person who was, oh, why does the world hate me? Why does everything go wrong? And I can only say I'm very glad I don't think like that at all anymore. I'm always trying to look for the upside in a situation, without trying to bring politics into this, the spin. I'm always trying to put a positive spin on things these days as much as I can. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some circumstances, oh my good God, things are just piling in on top of you, and there's really nothing positive you can say or do that's going to change that, but that's very rare. You know, that tends to be a lot of things coming at you at once, through, you know, possibly a coincidence of happenings. And generally I try and look on the lighter side, so to speak. So that was one part of me, that's changed dramatically. Like I say, that's gone. And I don't know why I get so upset and angry when what you might call injustices are committed. But I do. It could be down to a number of reasons. It could be down to my parents could have instilled a good sense of right and wrong, which they did. But I think it's a little more than that with me. I think I take things too personally sometimes, which probably doesn't help the cause, or does help the cause, depending which way you look at it. I grew up watching late 70s, early 80s TV religiously. Big TV fan. I've always had an attraction for films and TV, and I used to be heavily into my films. And for those of you who don't know, that particular point in television film history, there was a lot of stuff coming out that was very moralistic, very black and white, good guy against bad guy. You got all your TV series, the A-Team, Starsky and Hutch, the Sweeney, the Professionals. All your films were coming out. There was Commando with Schwarzenegger. He was a big star. Towards the sort of mid-80s, people like Steven Seagal started appearing. That was all very much always a moral crusade, I mean, I laugh, but this is the kind of stuff I was watching, and again, that pushed me a long way to, I'm not bloody standing for this. Something's got to be done. And unfortunately, in real life, the script is not written. So you have to make choices, make decisions, which way to go. And a lot of times I've got that wrong. And that's helped though. Because it didn't help that particular situation, but the next time, as they say, you learn from your mistakes. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I watched a series called Life with Damian Lewis, and in this series he played a cop, American policeman, who had been sent to jail for something he hadn't done. Obviously he's not very popular in jail, so he gets put in solitary confinement because people keep on, gangs keep on beating him up and stuff like this. And he discovers a Zen. He starts reading about Buddhism and all this sort of thing. And after all the sort of build up to everything, the way I was when I was a kid, and then I started watching all this TV, and I'm still, like I say, until a few years ago, I'm still at the point where, oh, woe is me, why does everything go wrong? And this series, Life, it changed my life. It really did. It's a very large stretch to say I'm a Buddhist, but I follow the Zen, so that's where I'm at. So religiously, that's where I'm at for box ticking and all that sort of thing. But it's a very helpful thing. It really helps you sort of turn a situation around in your mind. Damian Lewis himself is an incredibly influential person. He just seems to have such a large screen persona, I find. You can disagree with that if you want. That's just me. But also having seen him in Band of Brothers as well. Quite incredible. very much on a par with people like Mickey Rourke. Don Johnson, surprisingly, hasn't always starred in the best stuff, but well, Miami Vice was good, but he has a very large screen persona as well, and I think that's what you need on film, because so again, as I said previously, you know, there's so much stuff happening in the media now that if you don't have something there to mark you out. And I don't even think that means being incredibly good at what you do. Again, it's just a series of circumstances or coincidences, perhaps. But if you don't have something to mark you out, even if that's just one thing, then you're not going to make it. Not really big. And you're never going to host Have I Got News For You? Which seems to be, in the UK anyway, the latest thing that you've made it really big, actually. So that's a little bit about me. Like I say, I don't think there's any real explaining why I'm so passionate about what I do. But I'm hoping this is helping getting the message across. It's this video. You think I plan these things? I don't plan these things. I sit down and press record, you know. But again, this is another of my characteristics: is that I do tend to play things off the cuff. I don't plan a lot. Things just happen. A lot of times they go right. Sometimes they go very horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. So yeah, I do. But what I need to start doing now, I think, is on that point, is I will start planning, you know, what I'm going to say, who I'm going to say it about. And I know that I do get distracted and I wander off topic. So I do watch the videos back, but I hate to delete them because it is capturing the moment. So I think, well, if I try and edit it or delete it, it's you know, that's not right. With my poetry, you know, I just tend to write, and if I'm still there an hour later, then forget it, because it's just not going to come. You know, I like to have at least the first verse in my head when I start, and I like the rest to flow. So this is purely a get to know me session. So again, any comments are welcome. If you have any questions, fine. I'll try and answer them as best I can. But that's the plan. Which will be a first, actually. I don't really do plans. So as I've said in one of my previous videos, I forget which one it was now, if you've got anything that you want me to talk about, if I have any amount of knowledge on the situation whatsoever, fine, I'll do it. I'm not going to come on here and just speak a lot of rubbish about a subject I know nothing about, just make stuff up. Because that would be misleading people. And I wouldn't be happy doing that, and I'm never happy getting into a situation. Well, usually unless I know I'm right, so that's a big big clue for you there. So yeah, any comments, topic suggestions, please do, and please keep watching. You know, it can't get any worse than what it has been already. Like last night's very bizarre, again impromptu recording, but my God, I was so tired. I swear I said the same thing about 3 times probably. But that was then, this is now. So, here's to more videos. Here's to more constructive videos. And And for the moment, I'm going to sign off because I keep looking at the time up here on the top right corner, and it's not going to upload otherwise. So I shall see you later on.